and I'm here to talk about the last 5 books I read again. These are the ones I've read in February still. I have gotten, like I already said in my other video, I hit on my reading goals this month, and so I was just going to talk about the books I read. Some of them are sequels, so I can't really, well actually, one is a sequel, so I can't delve too deep into it unless you've seen the other, or read the other books, but I'm going to do a video on this series by itself, so let's get into it. First book I'm going to talk about is King of Crows by Libba Bray. I think I've already mentioned this one like 7 or 8 times in videos, but I have to talk about it again because I read it and I loved it with all my heart. I cannot believe this is the end of the series. King of Crows is the 4th and final novel in the Diviner series, and she's been working on this series for like 10 years. I'm not going to get too deep into that, another video. I just have to recommend it because I loved it. Evie, Sam, Jericho, Henry, Theta, all Memphis, Isaiah, all of the characters from the other novels are prominent in this one. You follow them go in different directions, like Evie, Sam, Theta, and Isaiah are going with the circus or carnival. Jericho and Ling, I believe her name is going with a girls group, a black girls group that tour and play jazz. Memphis, Bill, and Henry are stuck in Mississippi for some of it. Like they go in different directions, and you follow each of them throughout their directions until they meet up at the end, and you see how everybody connects. And I really enjoyed this. The twist ending upset me greatly, but it all worked out, I guess you could say. In the end, I loved it. I really recommend the series. Pick up from the beginning. That's all I gotta say. The next one I'll talk about is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. She narrates this herself. I read this on audio. I enjoy her audio narration. She read The Poet X too. She's a slam poet is how she started out writing, and The Poet X is her first novel, and it's written in verse. This one is written in prose form about a girl named Imani who was pregnant at 14. She had her baby. She is having baby father issues. The dad and you know, she's 16, she's in high school, she's a senior, she's about to graduate. Everything is kind of difficult. She doesn't know which direction to take. She doesn't know what's going on with her grandmother. Her dad's kind of checked out. Her mom is gone. So she's just struggling to make decisions. This is not like everything's resolved at the end novel. This is a happy coming of age story. Like, she's growing up. Her daughter's growing up with her, and she's having to decide what she's going to do with her future. Is she going to go to college? Is she going to get a job? Is she going to go to a culinary school? Because she's a chef. She's a cook. She can make magic with her hands when she cooks. When she makes food, like, people see memories. They see how she's feeling with what she put into the food. And I don't know if that was necessarily magical realism, or if it's even technically magic, or is it just how people feel when they eat good food. Like, I couldn't say, but I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the narration. I went and bought the physical book because I like having the physical book to read along. So really recommend this if you like YA books, if you like coming of age stories, if you just want to be happy for a little bit. Recommend it. Next thing I'll talk about was something I love with all my heart. Sarah Gailey, Upright Women Wanted. Sarah Gailey writes the best westerns. And this is another one of her westerns. Upright Women Wanted is about librarians who bring approved reading material to people in the territories, the states. Sarah Gailey has written, this is I think her third or fourth western. The first two that I wrote is in the American Hippo series about us domesticating hippos and then riding them. It's fantastic. This one is not in the same vein. It's about a girl named Esther who decides to join the librarians to take out approved reading materials because she thinks that it will help her hide her urges as a lesbian. And because you're not supposed to be gay, queer in this society they lived in, her girlfriend at the time was beheaded. She's struggling with that. Her father is not a good guy. She doesn't know what to do, so she hides in the librarian's cart and takes off with them, only to learn they are not who she thinks they are. They're resistance fighters just as much as she needs to join the resistance. It was fantastic. It was fast. It's a tour novella. As you can see, super short. I'll read anything Sarah Gailey writes. She's got another book coming out in March. Anything she writes, it's on my list. Next thing I picked up was my Owlcrate book of the month for January, Scavenged the Stars by Tara Sim. This was a Count of Monte Cristo retelling. I really enjoyed this. It's about a girl named Amaya who was on a debtor ship because her dad was killed. She thinks that she was taken from her mother, and there's twists and turns. If you've read Count of Monte Cristo, or if you've ever encountered that story, you'll see it's gender swapped. So Amani is the main character, and there's a guy she meets and she shouldn't love, but she kind of does. And it's cute, it's sweet. It's on a ship for half of the novel, and then the other half she's a count. Amaya, I don't know how they would say that, but Yama, I guess. I enjoyed it. Would recommend. The last I'll talk about, The Other People by C.J. Tudor. I read the Chalkman by her. I did not enjoy the Chalkman. I was skeptical about picking this up, but if you know Books in Lala, one of my very favorite YouTubers, booktubers, I've watched her for years. She started a Goodreads book club, the Literally Dead book club, and I decided to pick up the first novel in that book club. I don't know if I'll read along every single month because I'm not a huge mystery lover, but I did decide to pick this one up. It's about a dad who knows his daughter is alive, but nobody else believes him. The cops don't believe him. His family doesn't believe him, which his wife was also killed. And his only family is her family, and the dad has, the father-in-law is in it. And it's got this supernatural element. I will say, I would have loved this because I read it in less than 6 hours. It's not that big. Would have loved it with all my heart without the supernatural element. I really do enjoy psychological mysteries. I don't enjoy them with supernatural elements added to the story. There's no reason to have that weird other people's storyline where like this website off the dark web, and I don't want to give anything away because it is a mystery, and if I tell too much you will be spoiled. But this is one of those books that are 4 stars because I generally loved everything about it, but one spot, like one thing. Plop that out, I would have not even noticed it was missing. But it was good. If you like psychological mysteries, family mysteries, the dad he drives up and down the road at nighttime. They're like, you get different points of view. There's the dad, there's this waitress, there's this weird like secret person, and you get different kind of viewpoints, and you don't know how they're connected. Like this one is like a mystery on who it is. You don't know until halfway through the book, at least, who that person is talking in those weird little snippets. But you learn how they come together at the end. Anyways, if you like this kind of thing, I'd recommend it. That was my reading I'm going to talk about today. If you have any books that you want to tell me about or recommendations, like Upright Women Wanted or The Fire on High, I'd gladly take them because I love stuff like that. I would say 3 out of the 5 novels I talked about today, 5 stars. 4 stars. Good reading month for February. So if you have anything else for me or recommendations, leave them in the comment down below. I'd love to check anything out. If you'd like and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all guys later. Bye.